What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your June 2020 reading. Happy birthday. It's your season. I love Gemini season. It's actually one of my favorite seasons of the year. I don't know if it's my Gemini moon. I don't know if I'm a fellow air sign, but I always feel quite at home. It's a very fun social time. And it's interesting, this year it is a social time, but not in the way that I think we expected. Before I get into your reading, because I've already pulled your cards, I want to make sure that I am acknowledging all the allies that are standing up in solidarity at a time like this when, damn, we're just like fighting for basic humanity and doing right by people. You know, as a Black woman, as a mother of a Black son, shit is scary. And people are frustrated and people are tired, honestly. And so all of you guys that step up in your own way to be allies and, shake the table a little bit, make noise, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And understand too, being an ally does not mean everybody needs to be on the front line protesting. That means, calling your local elected officials. That means signing the petitions. That means maybe making a post. This means having the uncomfortable conversations with the people that we love that are, not seeing it, right? All of that matters and all of that is appreciated. And I just wanted to make sure that I did touch on that and let you guys know how much that means to me personally. Now, if you are interested in further getting into the conversation, or if you need resources, so like, maybe you want to help and you just don't know what to do or where to go, I will pin some links, some different organizations that you can donate to, some, just information, right? Because we need to be informed at a time like this. And it's interesting also too, because Saturn is in Aquarius. Now, tying that all in, last time Saturn was in Aquarius was when we had the Rodney King riots, right? And the time before that was when we were going through the civil rights movement. So Saturn being in Aquarius is always a time where humanity has to check ourselves, right? Aquarius is a sign of humanity. It's also a sign of rebellion, right? Aquarians go against the grain, but we need their energy in order to progress forward. Otherwise, we never would. We'd be stuck way back when. And Saturn's all about rules and taskmaster and all this stuff. So this is a time that's really big in our society. And in 30 more years, we'll go through this again with something else, right? I'm sure nothing, history repeats itself always. But this is a big time. It's a crazy time to be alive. It does not surprise me, just speaking like astrologically, that we are experiencing something like this at this time. And it doesn't surprise me that it's all popping off in your season, right? Because Geminis don't take no shit. Geminis are also very just wise and knowing. And along with this, we've got 2 eclipses happening this month, right? We've got one happening on Friday, the full moon Sagittarius lunar eclipse. So we've got the other one, the solar, I think that's on the 20th or the 21st. Mercury is going to be going into retrograde this month. Venus is in retrograde this month. Like, there's a lot of change. So I say all that to say, this month, I want you guys to know that you probably can't expect certain things, right? Nothing's really a sure thing this month, but also this month, I think that things are coming together all for the greater good. Eclipses to me are like big ass tower cards, right? They're unexpected, like the energy that comes from it, like you don't know what to expect. It's very random. It's very expansive. We're talking about Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, everything is expanded. Everything is just put out there, right? Everything is big. And so, there's a lot going on, but I just want you guys to ride the wave, and I want you to not second guess yourself this much or too much this month, because there's just no point in it and you don't know where things are going to turn out exactly. Now, with all of that being said, you guys have hella major arcana cards, right? So we know this is big shifts happening. Got the Wheel of Fortune, we got the High Priestess, got the Magician, got the Fool, got the Strength, and got the Star. What? That's all huge, big energy. What I love is you got the 0, 1, and the 2 of all the major arcana. So you got the Fool, which is the first major arcana card. You've got the Magician, which is the divine masculine energy, and you've got the High Priestess, which is the divine feminine. You got a lot coming together this month, right? And so we're going to clarify those to get into those a little bit further, but yeah. Now, bottom of the deck energy is the Nine of Wands. This is someone who's gone through the fire, gone through the fights, but it really highlights the fact that they're brave, because no matter what they've gone through, they are still standing solid in what they believe. They're willing to fight some more, right? This is, you know, about being tired about a certain thing as well, right? Once we've gotten to like 9 wands, like there's just a lot, whether it's the mental stimulation, whether it's like just all the hurt, the pain, whatever. But this is very much about someone who is tired, maybe scared, maybe a little apprehensive, but even in all of that, they are showing up as brave because they're still standing there solid in what they believe, and they're still strong, right? Now, Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess, and the Two of Wands. Where things have felt stagnant, or you felt stuck, or you felt like just something wasn't turning, things weren't happening, things are starting to roll this month, right? Things are starting to get very, very clear this month. Things are starting to progress forward this month. Karma, even just as a collective, as a whole, is hitting hard this month. When we talk about the Wheel of Fortune, that's the karmic wheel, right? It always spins in our favor. But sometimes it may be a little bit difficult. Now, Knight of Wands is clarifying that. So for a lot of you guys, this is actually really good energy, because this shows me that a lot of you guys might be going in a new direction with something. Knight of Wands only does what he wants to do. He only does what he's passionate about doing. He does not force himself to take part in things or people or situations that he's not feeling, right? Very much Gemini energy to me. Even though obviously it's wand energy. You guys don't really do anything you don't want to do. It's really hard to convince a Gemini to conform to some shit where you guys don't see a point in it, and it's like, why would I ever do that, right? So, but I love this because I think that you guys, through something probably not working out in the past, I think that it's actually inspired you to get really creative and figure out exactly how it is that you want to move forward, right? This is a time where a lot of people are trying to figure out and really getting down to the nitty gritty of where it is they belong in the world, how it is that they want to show up in the world. And you guys are no different. Now, there's a lot coming to you intuitively, but I do get the feeling that some of you guys might be thrown off a little bit with your thoughts. Remember, your ego has opinions. You know, sometimes people don't know the difference between, like, how do I know if it's an intuitive hit? How do I know if it's my ego? Your ego will talk you down. Your ego will talk shit to you. Your intuition never will. It'll just be information straight, no emotion. And it just has that feeling of, I don't know where this came from, but I know this to be true, right? I think that there may be a little bit of a battle with that this month with you guys, of course, because we do have that Mercury retrograde and just so many retrogrades, right? It kind of can be a bit confusing. If there are times where you guys are feeling a little overstimulated this month, this is a really good time to be by yourself. It's interesting. This is your birthday month, but it doesn't feel very birthday-ish. I don't feel a whole lot of like being around people and celebrating. Actually, I think this is a time where you guys are really just coming through a different portal, right? Whenever we have eclipses, it's literally like a portal. It's a whole huge transition and transformation. And I think for a lot of you guys, there's a lot of internal change that's happening this month, but it's going to be good, because what it's going to do is, you know, whatever we feel or whatever we go through internally, we see it appear externally in the people that we talk to and the people that we deal with and the situations that we find ourselves in, right? Our external problems are very much just mirrors of the internal. And so I think that for your birthday present for you this month, there's a lot going into attacking that and finding wisdom from that, right? Everything is bigger picture right now. Like, I don't think that people are so much consumed and worried about the small, stupid stuff. Like, it's everything like is like very much big picture. Like, where am I going? Now, Nine of Pentacles clarifying a Two of Wands. If you guys, going back to that Knight of Wands and being very creative and being in a place where maybe you especially because we haven't been able to go out and do things that are the norm. A lot of people have been getting creative with how they spend their time. And through that, a lot of people have been coming up with different business ideas, or ways to expand their business, ways to whatever. It feels like there's something having to do with business for many of you guys, or even just your ideal job and where you thought you were going. This month is going to be coming, there's going to be a lot coming clear about your next directional moves. And I think that a lot of that stems from the times that you are spending alone, right? Nine of Pentacles is very independent. They are abundant, right? Think about these pentacles as flowers, like growing on a vine is kind of how it looks like. And so we think about the flowers, the lush gardens, the abundance, right? There's a lot around, but this is you guys planning that. So I think there's a lot to be said in terms of you guys, especially with work and finances, or just like you, right? Independent of other people, you guys are making a lot of important plans for yourself, which is really, really good. Now, Magician, Seven of Cups, and the Fool card. I want to clarify this Magician quickly because initially, it's funny, Magician, we know this is all about manifestation. Like I said, that's divine masculine energy. This is actually what's sitting in your environment card, or your environment area though. And it feels like with this Magician, like there might be some type of like deceit that you guys experienced, or some type of something, I don't know, some trickery. And it doesn't feel like super malicious, but it just feels like there could have been an issue in the past with someone that maybe they weren't being as honest with you as you like, or like their intentions with being around you weren't as pure or something. Six of Wands. This could be a coworker. This could be a lover. Do one more. Six of Wands is victory. Six of Wands is about being seen. Six of Wands is a very popular energy. Maybe you guys are dealing with someone who is in the limelight, or very much respected or known in their field. But I don't know. I just get a feeling Three of Wands. Also, could be a Virgo or another Gemini. It feels like you guys are waiting to hear back from this person. This person could have taken from you in some type of way. You've got the Four of Pentacles. It's at the bottom of the deck, which is very much about keeping things, right? And it normally doesn't come from such a malicious, again, it doesn't feel malicious. It doesn't normally come from a bad space. But the thing of with the Four of Wands is, or I'm sorry, Four of Pentacles. Pentacles are all about value and the things that we value. So these people hold on to these things so tightly because they don't feel like these are things they can afford to lose. And through that, it almost feels like it's caused other issues. So you may be waiting to hear from this person, like an apology, or you may be waiting to, I don't know, it just feels like there's some hump that you're trying to get over, but also you're not very clear on what it is that you want. I think that that's really important. Being very clear, because you got the Seven of Cups, right? And this is actually what's in the middle of the read. So that says a lot, but Seven of Cups can talk about confusion, right? It can talk about illusion. It can talk about, you know, it's basically an indicator that whenever you have Seven of Cups, you need to get very clear on your vision. You need to get very clear on what it is that you want. You need to get very clear on how it is that you feel, what direction you want to go. Especially because it feels like you guys are simultaneously trying to make other big plans in your life. So especially if this is surrounding like a relationship, especially if it's a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you better get really clear on what it is that you want, because I just feel like you guys are trying to make other shit pop off too at the same time. There's a plan for something, yeah. Now, the High Priest, which is the Hierophant card, traditionally, is clarifying that. So some of you guys, especially like we are having the Mercury retrograde and we are having Venus retrograde, so there is a chance of exes coming to surface. This could be someone who maybe they just were out there too much too, and like too seen, and like, you know, maybe there is some type of third party implication. I'm not feeling it strong, but there is this questioning if you want to be in a certain place or you want to be in a certain relationship. Again, whatever's brought to you this month, I'm not even sure that you were expecting it this month. Again, this month, it just feels like it's full of surprises, but there's some type of consideration of being a part of something, whether it's a certain job, a certain institution, a certain relationship. There's plans being made with that Two of Wands. High Priest, yeah. But I feel like you guys don't really know where to go. Again, it feels like a lot of you guys are having struggles in terms of listening to your intuition right now and drowning that out. What I will say is whatever you guys decide to do this month, again, whatever this confusion is around, whether it's your jobs, whether it's your relationships, there's a lot of we need to take a chance, right? The Fool. That's all about taking risks. That's all about taking a chance, right? She's about to fall off this fucking cliff, but she's carefree. It's about not taking the baggage of yesterday with you. And I just want to say, which we'll get into, but you guys also got to take a divinely guided chance as a card. So there's some risk that you guys are having to take or needing, that you guys are needing to take that is just really important. But there's fear around it. Yeah, this really feels like relationship too. 9 of Wands and 5 of Cups fell out together. 5 of Cups is very much about feeling guilty or sad about something that didn't work in the past. This could be about being stuck in the feelings of the past and not realizing there's 2 cups ahead of you. 9 of Wands is that energy of being very nervous. Again, you have that at the bottom of the deck here, remember? So there's something that you guys are almost afraid to move forward on. I don't know if it's a relationship because it could be with someone who's maybe been a little tricky or hurt you before, or maybe it's a certain institution or a job, or just not knowing if, like, let's say, like, especially like for you graduates, a lot of people graduating college, maybe you wanted to do something and now you're realizing that no, actually, I feel like my calling is here. There's something that there's some nervousness around, but I think you're supposed to follow your heart and take a chance. This is a really good month for you guys to be meditating and doing things that ground yourself so that you can really fill out where you're at and how you feel. Now, Strength card, Star, and Page of Pentacles. Strength card is Leo energy. This is all about having strength in times where maybe we feel a little bit powerless, right? She's half woman, half lion. So, yeah. And in terms of this strength, with the way I'm reading these other cards, it feels like a lot of it too, strength, but having patience for yourself when maybe something doesn't work out or through some type of pain. I don't know, Geminis, you might be the type of people right now that, like, through something that didn't work out or something that hurt your feelings, you're almost beating yourself up over it instead of loving yourself through it. Ace of Swords. Communication coming in, truth coming in, clarity coming in. Yes, and I love that because, again, we have that 7 of Cups, which talks a lot about confusion. This month, things will be clear. It's funny because we are in your season. And, like, so Aries season is like, I am, right? They're the first sign. Taurus season is the I value. And you guys are the I know. It's like this month you're going to be getting the knowing. But it's almost like you're going to have to take a chance on something before you get confirmation. And that's really important for you right now. Star, Page of Pentacles. Star card is all about that healing. That is Aquarius energy. It's about hope and healing. It's about being seen. It's about dreams coming true. Going back to this 2 of Wands and this 9 of Pentacles, if there is something that you guys are working on, especially, for yourself, like if you're an entrepreneur or something, this is something that I think there could be a lot of success in. This time right now is really good to educate yourself, whether it's educating yourself on the product that you're selling so you can be super knowledgeable, whether it's educating yourself on, you know, just business and how to conduct certain things, this is a really good time to be doing that. Because I see that there's going to be some seed planted. You got Page of Pentacles twice because that's also the last card. This is young energy, but it's all about being the learner. It's about doing the spreadsheets and you know, planning the things, writing it down. I think there's a lot of success that comes from something that you guys are working on at this time. Even if that thing that you're working on is just yourself and your own mental health or whatever. Be mindful of your spending at this time. Four of Pentacles, right? There's funds that you're going to be needing to put into something. There's something that's popping off this month, and maybe I don't think that this is the month where you'll see maybe like the tangible evidence of it, but this is a month where you're really making the plans and making it solid, getting very grounded, getting very clear on what it is that you want from it, your expectations. And there's a lot of room for growth here, okay? Now, you got two cards here. You got the Organize for Success and Take a Divinely Guided Chance. Beautiful cards for what I just said with the message. Organize for Success says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan for your next action steps, which is really, really beautiful. Again, going back to Page of Pentacles twice. So that's a big message about planning, educating yourself on certain things so you can progress forward. Also, in your environment, if a lot of you guys are feeling stuck or a little confused or stagnant, this would be a good time to like maybe feng shui things out. Whenever I pretty much change my room and my environment, my everything around every few months, just because whenever I feel like stuck or stagnant energy, a lot of times that like a simple change can completely rearrange how you feel. Like if you even see in my video right now, like I put my plant here, my shoes are there, like I'm always changing things. And for me, I find that that really kind of helps me become unstuck because it creates a different type of flow to my environment, which then creates a different type of flow to me. So definitely maybe try some new things out, maybe rearranging some things that might help you guys this month. And then you've also got Take a Divinely Guided Chance, which says all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk. You are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable but familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities, right? Going back to that Fool card, this is a time to take risks. Remember, of the major arcana, you guys got the Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess. Like the High Priestess and the Magician together, that divine feminine, divine masculine energy, you can make anything happen. But I think for you guys, it's really about planting your intentions. Everything that you do needs to be with intention. Everything that you do. There is no just doing things just to do things and seeing where it lands. Be very intentional and be willing to take certain risks and be willing to plan, right? So, sorry. All right. 2 Romance Angels cards. You've got Healing Family Issues and Heart-to-Heart Conversations. I think you got Heart-to-Heart Conversations last month, but I can't remember. But it says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So if it applies, this could be parents, siblings, whatever, right? And then Heart-to-Heart Conversations is honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay? So some of you guys, through this Venus retrograde, through this Mercury retrograde, through all these eclipses, you might find yourself being in a place where you need to have heart-to-heart conversations. And I swear, I don't remember, but I feel like I pulled that for you guys last month. If you guys haven't had the heart-to-heart conversation that we talked about last month, this would be probably a really good time to do that. Okay? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you would like a personal reading of your own, you can reach out to me at shesbybetarot@gmail.com, and I will see you guys next month. Bye, Jim.